The big question going into the Muv-Luv alternative anime was, how would the pacing work out? They were skipping straight to the third visual novel of the trilogy, and it's a really long visual novel, so would they just rush through everything? Perhaps cut parts out entirely? I thought we had the answer to this question after watching the very first episode covering the beta invasion of Sadogashima. This wasn't a part of the original Muv-Luv alternative visual novel. I'm assuming it came from one of the many Muv-Luv spin-off works, but regardless, if you're gonna throw in a completely new story, surely you'd have enough time to get through the story that already existed, right? Well, about that. The early episodes of Muv-Luv Alternative were rushed like crazy, and you don't need to have read the visual novel to realize it. The whole snake incident being reduced to a single still image exemplifies just how ridiculous the pacing got. But to be honest, I didn't really care that much. Even when told in full, this is a pretty boring part of the story, and it would have been basically the third time going through it for me. Once from the Muv-Luv Unlimited VN, then the Muv-Luv Alternative VN, and now the Muv-Luv Alternative Anime. I didn't need to see it all again, but if you're a new viewer, all the rushing and info dumping had to be annoying. Then the coup d'etat arc came along, and the pacing slowed back down. They also went back to throwing in things that weren't in the original VN. I actually liked this. The coup d'etat arc was, once again, one of the more boring parts of the visual novel, and the anime jazzed it up by showing some character viewpoints that we didn't get to see in the visual novel. I found the adaptation of the coup d'etat arc to be encouraging, and with all the best parts of the visual novel yet to come, I actually have high hopes for Season 2, which was announced for October of 2022. A few final notes. One consequence of skipping straight to part 3 is that we've mostly seen Takeru being serious, responsible, and competent. I would have liked to see more of his original lazy, sarcastic personality shine through, because right now he comes across as kind of a Mary Sue. One problem I have with the first episode is that it showed Beta right from the start. You had to wait a really long time in the visual novel before you finally saw Beta. This had the effect of putting you in Takeru's shoes when he finally saw Beta for the first time, and you'll understand why this is important in Season 2. My final grade for Season 1 is an admittedly generous single plus. The first half was kinda bad, but the second half picked it back up, and I expect things to just keep getting better.